Good evening, I'm Amanda Decker in for Mike Mickle. Happy Memorial Day. A day to not only spend with our families, but to remember those who served our country and made the ultimate sacrifice. Today, President Barack Obama paid tribute to military men and women who have lost their lives serving our country. The president laid a wreath at the Tomb of the Unknowns at Arlington National Cemetery.
The blessings we enjoy as Americans came at a dear cost, that our very presence here today as free people in a free society bears testimony to their enduring legacy. Our nation owes a debt to its fallen heroes that we can never fully repay.
The Obamas also attended a Memorial Day service at Arlington's Memorial Amphitheater. The president just arrived in Arlington after spending the weekend in Joplin, Missouri, where he toured tornado damage yesterday. It's been a week and a day since the deadly storm hit. At least 140 people died. Dozens of others are still missing. The president met with victims and local response crews and promised federal aid for those who have lost everything.
The main thing I just want to communicate to the people of Joplin is this is just not your tragedy. This is a national tragedy, and that means there will be a national response.
The National Weather Service says the tornado that ripped through Joplin cut a 6-mile path of destruction, but the locals say it was on the ground much longer than that. Casey Wyan traces the tornado's path from beginning to end to find out who's right.
Show us the initial damage from the tornado.
Well, initially there were those little trees starting through there, and the stuff over here, that's the trailer for the business here, the working trailer.
So this is ground zero of the Joplin tornado, and we're going to drive its entire length from west to east to get a good picture of just how widespread the damage was. Here's the first downed power lines, major electrical transmission lines. One reason much of Joplin is without electrical power. So less than a mile into our journey, you see the first homes that have lost part of their roofs. You can see over on this house a sign warning looters will be shot. We can see some of the power company crews who are working on repairing these downed electrical lines. That'll be vital to this area's recovery. We're now about 3 miles into our journey, and you can see behind me that by the time the tornado got here, it destroyed almost everything in its path, including one of the iconic images of this disaster, St. John's Hospital. Now about 4 miles into the path of the tornado, this is where we first came just hours after it hit and spoke with a family who was trying to salvage what they could despite a driving rain and hailstorm.
It was normally just starting off with hail. I'm used to that, and then it just went insane afterwards.
Here is the collapsed Home Depot where we first met 17-year-old Andrea Osborne, who was desperately searching for her father.
My dad and my uncle are in there, and I'm hoping and praying to God they're okay.
Turned out they were buried in that rubble. So we are now about 7 miles to the east of where the tornado first touched down, and as you can see, there's still lots of damage here. So those original estimates of 6 miles on the ground are way too conservative. This is where Jim and Stacy Richards lived. Stacy survived the tornado by hanging on to 2 dog crates as her home collapsed around and on top of her.
That was awful. Laying there, screaming and screaming and screaming, and it was horrible.
This week they got their insurance settlement so they can rebuild. How far east did it go?
I'm not sure. I know there's some damage over on the next mile section.
We're now almost exactly 12 miles due east of where we started this journey and where the tornado first touched down. This is the area where locals say the tornado actually lifted off the ground, meaning its path is about twice as long as first estimated.
Business owners along the Gulf Coast hope this holiday weekend will boost their bottom line. The tourism industry did suffer after the Deepwater Horizon oil spill last year. Now many people who work in the tourism industry say this year is shaping up to be a good season. Florida officials say it's looking for a really solid Memorial Day weekend and a really solid summer altogether. And Mississippi state leaders estimate 75% of hotel rooms were booked this weekend. British Petroleum has provided money to Florida, Mississippi, Alabama, and Louisiana to help promote tourism. To Omaha, Nebraska now, where people living and working along the Missouri River are bracing for it to climb much higher. possibly well above record levels. Megan McRoberts from our affiliate KTPM shows us how they are getting ready.
Do you worry about less people coming because of the flooding?
It's crossed our mind, you know, because there's been a lot of talk about the river being up.
Some riverfront businesses worry patrons think they're closed for business.
They've called and asked if we're open, still having the party. You know, I heard it was canceled, and so we're like, nope, it's on.
Anchor Inn hosts outdoor concerts all summer. Co-owner Junior Matheson says he just had to make some changes.
With the show, we had to build a whole nother stage to do it, and then we lose all the boating traffic.
Even businesses that thrive on water worry about a loss.
People are hearing the warnings, and so they're not thinking that we're out here.
Captain Ken Merlin assures no one should think twice about taking a ride, even on a flooding river.
Yeah, even if it's a little higher. We're closer to the bridge now.
To give other riverfront and nearby businesses some peace of mind, the city put up its floodgates at Lewis and Clark Landing today. This is the first time in nearly 60 years that the city has used its floodgates to keep the threat of more floodwater from coming too close to nearby businesses. Because the gates haven't been used in so long, city workers say they're unsure of just how much water they'll be able to withhold. But businesses are prepared.
If it goes up another 2 or 3 feet, like they say, over the next month, then we'll just have to adjust accordingly.
If there's any possibility that there would be a danger when the speed of the river may increase, then we would call everybody and let them know.
But for now, business should be able to resume as usual.
Megan McRoberts reporting for INN News.
Time for global news now. Reconstruction efforts are hampered in Japan as people work to recover from a deadly earthquake and tsunami. The culprit, heavy rain from Typhoon Songda. Rainfall is so heavy that it's flooding northern Japan. The Japanese Meteorological Agency put out a warning that continued rain could cause mudslides and more floods in coastal communities. A sudden drop in temperature leaves more than 800 tons of fish dead in the Philippines. Workers at a local fish farm scrambled to collect the tons of rotting fish that had floated to the top of a lake. Sale of the dead fish has been banned. A natural weather phenomenon caught on camera in Australia. A series of powerful waterspouts swirl on New South Wales coast. Thankfully, these water tornadoes dissipated as they reached land. All this comes as strong winds and heavy rain are pummeling other parts of the state. A new film about the budding romance between Prince William and his new wife is being made in Romania. William and Kate, a royal love story, is described as a mix of fact and fiction. It is expected to be released in August on the Hallmark Channel. Well, NASA's second to last flight is on its way back to Earth. The 6 people aboard the Space Shuttle Endeavour left the International Space Station yesterday for the final time. They are set to return to Earth on Wednesday. The shuttle will be retired in a California museum. Scientists are hoping this journey will bring answers about the universe's origin. The shuttle Atlantis is expected to take off on July 8th. That will be the final shuttle flight. Our pain at the pump isn't as bad, but who is still feeling it the worst? And start spreading the news. A news spread is coming to a Subway near you. Plus, the second time around is proving extremely profitable for movies and Hollywood. And we want to remind you that INN News is on Facebook, and now you can also find us on Twitter at INN News Network and on YouTube. We're reaching out to you so you can reach out to us. INN will be right back.
Happy Memorial Day. I'm INN meteorologist Ed Russo. Another very big storm system starting to affect the central U.S. This time the northern plains for today. You see all that clearing right here. That is where we're starting to see lots of destabilization taking place. So this afternoon I expect some strong showers and thunderstorms to develop. A lot of that energy still centered back over Montana and Wyoming, and lots of flooding going on here, and even some still late season snow across southwestern Montana. But starting off with the severe weather potential today, newly issued tornado watch from central Nebraska north and eastward through South Dakota. I expect when these thunderstorms just start to develop, they're going to be very discrete, isolated in nature. They're going to be supercellular. That's when I expect the tornado risk to be highest. As we go through the evening, a lot of these supercells are going to evolve into a squall line, lose somewhat of their tornadic potential. They'll still have it, but I think later this evening it's primarily going to be a damaging wind threat, especially as the activity moves through eastern Nebraska into western Iowa. So some big strong thunderstorms this evening, especially with some high winds and large hail. Back towards Montana, though, this is the same storm system. Lots of rain still falling over areas that don't need it. Billings, Montana, seeing some very heavy rain. And to the southwest here, you see a little bit of white. That is still some snow. Montana has just not been able to get out of winter's grip as we're still seeing some very wintry precipitation across the area. Further east, though, once again, that moderate risk right where we have that tornado watch box in effect right now. Initially, the tornado threat will be highest as we go to the evening. A lot of the thunderstorms will evolve into a squall line, so the tornado threat will diminish slightly. Tomorrow, looks like the severe weather risk is going to be across the Great Lakes, much of Michigan, and then transitioning even further to the northeastern states as we go through Wednesday. That should read Wednesday, not Friday. High wind watch is in effect also for the northern plains. Behind that system, we're going to expect winds 50, even 60 miles per hour to the south. Some high wind warnings in place for western Kansas and wind advisories all the way south as far as San Antonio and Austin, Texas. Flooding, the other big problem, though. Notice we have little flood warnings right there, right along the Missouri River. Over the next several weeks, maybe even 1.5 months here, we're going to see rising water along the Missouri River all the way from North Dakota into South Dakota and even southward into Missouri as well. And over Montana, still dealing with some very, very heavy rainfall and more flooding, still a big concern there. You can see that swirling motion, this rain really not moving east that quickly, and even some snow across the higher terrain of southwestern Montana, and that will eventually melt, causing even more problems. So still, flood watches are in effect for much of Montana into western North Dakota. Here are those winter storm warnings for southwestern Montana, even some winter weather advisories southward into Wyoming as well. The heavy rain potential, the additional heavy rain, though, further east across the Dakotas, again across the Canadian border across Montana there, but lighter rain as we go towards the east. And where we need it across the southeast, it is so hot there, we're not going to get any relief, unfortunately, over the next several days. Just look at these temperatures, 90s all the way to Washington, D.C. Amanda?
Slowly but surely, the pain at the pump is getting better. We're now paying about $3.79 for a gallon of regular unleaded gasoline. The summer driving season is now in high gear, but where do drivers feel the most pain from the gas price increase? Jenny Wurzberger gets back to business.
People in Mississippi are feeling the most pain at the pump. A new study from the Natural Resources Defense Council says they pay more than anyone in the country. They determined that by factoring gas prices and median state income. Drivers in Connecticut feel the slightest discomfort from the high price of gasoline. It keeps getting cheaper to buy a home. Mortgage rates falling for the 6th straight week to their lowest level of the year. A 30-year fixed rate now at 4.6%. Subway Restaurants is adding avocado to its lineup of spreads you can get on your sandwich. Subway stores in California already allow people to choose sliced avocado. That's expected to spread to most of its 24,000 stores nationwide because of its popularity. For Back to Business, I'm Jenny Wurzberger.
It's a record-breaking Memorial Day weekend. The Hangover Part 2 hauled in $86.4 million in its first weekend, putting Hollywood on course to set a new revenue record. Industry officials estimate the 4-day weekend will bring in about $270 million. That will top a record that was set in 2007. Well, don't spend your summer sitting poolside. Next, a new push to get people of all ages into the water safely. And mental health days are becoming the norm. More on what's behind that growing trend next on INN.
If you're in debt to the IRS for $10,000 or more, you don't have to take desperate measures to settle your account. All you have to do is put the right people to work for you. And that's as simple as calling this number. You'll speak to a tax expert who can help you negotiate a settlement that's significantly less than the actual amount you owe. Many are former IRS agents who have inside knowledge that you can't get elsewhere, and that can make all the difference in the world.
They saved my business.
I owed $30,000 and paid a fraction of it.
The threatening letter stopped immediately.
I got great advice, and they did all the work.
If you owe more than $10,000 in back taxes, you owe it to yourself and your family to call this number and get your case settled for less. Now, you only have a small window of time to settle, so act now.
For a free tax analysis, call 800-903-7750. There is no obligation. Call 800-903-7750 now.
This is what evil looks like up close. It's The Nazis, a warning from history on DVD. The shocking filmed record of a world gone mad. From deep within secret German archives comes footage so unnerving, it still can't be shown on television. If you believe we can learn from the past, this is one collection you absolutely must own. Get it now on 4 DVDs for just $59.99. But wait, call with your credit card and you'll pay only $39.99. It's so important you see this. We'll pay your shipping. That's an additional savings of nearly $7. Look into the face of evil. Try not to blink. Call now to get The Nazis, a warning from history on 4 DVDs for just $39.99. We'll ship it for free.
Call 1-800-214-3086 to order Nazis, a warning from history for $39.99 and receive free shipping when you call in the next 10 minutes with your credit card or order online at timelife.com/Nazi.
Well, most of you have the day off, and more people are actually taking mental health days too. Dr. Malika Marshall has more on this growing trend.
Have you called in sick to work when you weren't really ill? Well, you're not alone. A survey of 2,000 British workers found that 1 in 5 took time off because of stress, and 93% of them lied to their bosses about the reason. The top 3 excuses: stomach aches, colds, and headaches. While 70% of the employees surveyed said they wanted to discuss stress with their bosses, researchers suggest that the topic remains taboo. Workplace stress is a significant problem in the U.S. too. In national surveys, more than 2/3 said work is a significant source of stress, and workplace angst has been linked to serious health problems, including heart disease. Here's how you can take care of business and make stress reduction a priority. Resist the urge to multitask. Be kind to coworkers and smile. It'll boost your mood and those around you. Miscommunication can cause conflict, so clarify details and expectations for every job task. Act now before stress takes its toll. I'm Dr. Malika Marshall.
Well, summertime means pool time for many, but with that, pool time can be dangerous. The Consumer Product Safety Commission reports there have been more than 100 drownings or near drownings already this year. While most victims are kids under the age of 5, adults do have trouble in the water as well. That's why Olympic swimmer Janet Evans says we all have to learn how to swim.
Adults can take lessons. All the swim schools in my area teach adult lessons, and I've actually had some older friends of mine take swim lessons. So the most important thing in keeping children safe is having an adult that in the vicinity of the pool that actually knows how to swim.
The CPSC is undertaking the Pool Safely campaign for the 2nd year. To find tips on how to keep your child safe by the pool, you can log on to poolsafely.gov. Next, planning a summer trip and saving money. The key is taking a trip online first. That plus some helpful hints from a mom and expert for the whole family on the move when INN returns.
Stay tuned for an exciting money-making opportunity from SMC. Would you like to make more money, set your own hours, and spend more time with your family? Well, now you can with SMC.
I'm an SMC employee. I'm going to tell you what, it's an opportunity for anybody to get in and have a home-based business and be successful.
Mothers around the world should do this, yes, and they can stay home with their kids.
I don't have to be bothered with the hectic day-to-day working for someone else. I'm working for myself.
I just wish now I'd have done this 10 or 15 years ago. It's the best thing that ever happened to me.
SMC supports its members with a huge warehouse stocked with thousands of products that you can sell for profits of up to 300% and more. Call right now to request your free information packet. And remember to ask your operator how you can jumpstart your business with $100 worth of free SMC merchandise.
Just pick up the phone and call this toll-free number now. Remember, you have absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain.
Bishop Walter Hawkins made love come alive with timeless gospel classics. Now Love Alive is back and sounding better than ever. Presenting the Love Alive collection. Love Alive 1, Love Alive 2, and Love Alive 3, all for just $24.99. But wait, order in the the next 10 minutes with your credit card, and we'll cut the price to just $14.99. Then preview other great gospel collections. Satisfaction guaranteed. So don't wait. Get the Love Alive collection. 3 classic CDs for just $14.99.
Call 1-800-443-1356 to order the Love Alive collection on 3 CDs for just $14.99 plus shipping when you call in the next 10 minutes with your credit card. Call now.
Looking for the best summer travel deals? You may want to start with the internet. Phil Doherty shows us how to track down travel savings online.
For so many travelers these days, the first steps of any journey are taken online.
Well, I Googled small, unique hotels in New Orleans, and this was one of the hotels in the consortium that popped up. Literally, I went to TripAdvisor and looked at reviews and, went to other sites to see the pros and cons, and the pros greatly outweighed the cons, particularly the newer reviews since the hotel's been renovated.
Using the internet has evolved as the ultimate travel tool for good reason.
Now it's gotten to be so much more than that. Now with Twitter and Facebook, the rules have completely changed, and guests are really in control when it comes to social media. There's a lot of great ways for them to go out and find deals through social media channels and connect better with the hotel. And when you do that and you forge a relationship ahead of time with the hotel, they're going to treat you better.
And that better treatment can translate into so many different things. Everything from having your favorite pillow on your bed when you arrive, to nice welcome gifts, or even exclusive invitations to hotel events. Travelers who want to be internet insiders should follow these guidelines. Become a fan of or follow your future destination or any hotels you're considering staying at, and even the sites you'll be seeing. Stick with hotels with solid reputations or personal recommendations. And if an online deal seems too good to be true, pick up the phone and check it out. If you choose to stay connected when you're on vacation, social media could lead to an on-location upgrade.
I hear a lot of great stories about people like sitting on a resort in Mexico and tweeting, "Oh, if I only had a margarita right now, it'd be perfect." 5 minutes later, bam, somebody comes up and delivers that margarita. Now, that's a smart hotelier and a happy guest. It's a win-win, right?
One more travel tip to pack away. Weeks before your departure, join an online group coupon program for your destination city. That way, you'll arrive with deals in hand, ready to make a splash in your next home away from home. I'm Phil Doherty reporting.
A recent article in the USA Today noted that even with the rising gas costs, families are still expected to hit the road this summer. Travel mom Emily Kaufman gives us some tips on how to make the summer road trip more fun for your kids.
I'm a big believer in making a boredom bag ahead of time. These are those plastic travel hanging cosmetic cases that you can get at just about any retailer. And you fill each pocket with age-appropriate activities, things like books on tape, electronic handheld games, snacks that won't melt, resealable water bottles. You hang that in front of your child, and it keeps everything organized and hopefully keeps the kids occupied. Also, I've teamed up with Twizzlers, and on their site, Twizzlers.com, there are all kinds of road trip tips that'll make it less stressful and more enjoyable for everyone.
For more of Emily's summer travel tips, you can visit Twizzlers.com. A sandcastle in the city, the story behind this great creation in the heart of New York, next on INN.
Car owners, does your vehicle have less than 120,000 miles on it? Is it less than 10 years old? Is your current auto warranty about to expire? Well, Cover America Auto Care has a very special offer just for you. With current economic conditions causing bankruptcies and a downturn in new car sales, Cover America Auto Care now offers inexpensive mechanical breakdown coverage direct to the public. You can save thousands of dollars on auto repairs. A toll-free line has been made available so car owners can call and get a free no-obligation quote. This auto protection is backed by an A-rated insurance carrier. Plus, you get a claims department that has an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau. 24-hour emergency roadside assistance is also included. You will be amazed at how much you can save on future car repair bills. So call for your free, no obligation quote now. Do not wait. Get covered today and rest easy tonight.
Endless pools are an incredible alternative to traditional pools, making it easy and inexpensive to swim at home. Call our toll-free number or visit our website. A free idea kit and DVD will be sent to your home so you can discover all the benefits of owning your own pool. Compared to traditional pools, endless pools are simple to install, easy to maintain, and economical to run. Our precision-engineered pools enable you to swim or exercise against a smooth current that adjusts to any speed and ability. Endless pools are perfect for year-round health and fitness, relaxation, and family fun. Our free idea kit and DVD will show you how easy it is for the whole family to enjoy a pool right in your backyard or home. An endless pool or an endless pool swim spa can become a showplace for your home. Call our toll-free number or visit the website to find out more about endless pools. The free idea kit will show you just how easy it is to be able to swim at home.
The Travel Channel is bringing the beach to New York City. Stars of the new show Sandmasters are bringing their craft and their cameras to Times Square in honor of Fleet Week. And this is not your ordinary sandcastle. These sculptors have a vision, and they are sharing it with visiting sailors and native New Yorkers alike. You can catch Sandmasters at 10 p.m. on June 1st. It will air on the Travel Channel. From all of us here at INN, thanks for joining us. We'll see you back here tomorrow.